Hello, Tom.
Hi, Vincent.
Thanks for taking some time on a Sunday, actually, to answer my question about your company. So you are co-founder and CEO of adsquare.
Yep.
Can you present what you do in the mobile ecosystem?
Yep, I can, sure. So my name is Tom. I'm CEO of adsquare, and I have been working mobile for 8 years now. I co-founded adsquare in 2011 when I was working for a mobile ad network in Germany. And me and my partners, we founded adsquare as a reason of cookies not working well on mobile, as you probably all know. Well, this is due to the fact that mobile internet usage mainly happens in apps, and cookies don't work in an app environment. So when we started adsquare, our main goal was always to deliver a better targeting approach towards mobile. What do we do specifically? In general, we believe that where people go and when they go there are the most powerful indicators of their personal interests, preferences, and intentions. So therefore, we build a platform that analyzes the current local context of an anonymous user and saves that context onto a device identifier. So to be able to do this, we have divided the world into 50 times 50 meter squares. And for these squares, we have on an average 1,500 data points to derive the current local context of a user being in that square. So with the derived current context or context history of a user, we build audience predictions in real time. So, well, in summary, our targeting approach is very much about location, and the idea is that location is a very good indicator of consumer behavior.
Okay. And so are you only a data provider, or do you offer as well a service about acquisition, media buying, stuff like that, monetization?
Yeah, good question. So adsquare is a pure data provider, and we are integrated with global exchange platforms, SSPs, DSPs, and DMPs. We don't buy or sell media. So we enrich mobile inventory with accurate audience information and offer buyers user data to improve the ROI of their advertising campaigns, but we do not sell any media.
Okay, good. And so do you work on both sides of the market, meaning supply plus demand? And do you work only with programmatic or not?
So, yeah, our focus is on programmatic advertising. And, well, as you know, that is, well, pretty much due to the immense reach and the high demand for audience information in that space. But we can also work with traditional premium ad networks, which we actually do. For example, we work together with G&J, Gruner & Jahr, and they are one of our clients as well.
Okay, so both supply and demand. You can work with trading desk, you can work with exchanges and publishers, right?
Yes. So pretty much we work on both sides. We enrich the inventory of a publisher, and well, we deliver user data to DSPs to make their campaigns or the campaigns that they run on behalf of their advertising clients more effective.
Okay, and so getting back to audience qualification, so you're using location and location history to qualify. So I believe you're using a couple of more different sources, online and offline. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Yes, I can. So we work with different static and dynamic data sources to gather qualitative information about the current local context of a user. And these sources include household data, retail data, POI, event, and even weather data. And the data that we work with is both public and licensed. Well, for example, for household data, we have partnered with Axiom, probably a company that you all know.
Yeah, good. So location is really important in mobile and especially in RTB as well. But can you share with us the situation on accuracy? You know, what is the share of impression available on RTB, including location, precise location, and how is it accurate?
Yeah, so in programmatic advertising, a high percentage of location data isn't good quality, meaning it's unusable for precise audience targeting. And to eliminate this, we build a feature in our platform which we call Location Qualifier. And this tool actually qualifies locations in real time to offer only the most accurate data. So reach is hugely important for our business, which is why we're integrated with all relevant global SSPs to deliver enough good quality inventory based on location.
Okay, and so globally, can you tell a number? What is the share of impression, including XY data?
Well, it actually depends on the SSP you're talking about, and it can be different depending on the SSP. But on average, globally, I would say well, 20% probably is location enabled. So all the inventory. If you take all the inventory, 20% of that inventory is or comes with location, and then you have to subtract actually the bad quality location inventory, which can amount up to 60-70%, and we exclude this bad location inventory and only take the good quality of the location inventory. Okay.
So who are your competitors in the world and especially in Europe?
Well, our main competitors include a couple of companies, mainly all in the US. So XAD, for example, Factual or PlaceIQ, they are all predominantly in the US. We are the only one having partnered with AppNexus really, and well, PlaceIQ is integrated with them as well, but they are selling media as well, which adsquare is not. And well, we pretty much believe in transparency and self-service. I think that's where the market is going, and therefore we only concentrate on the data. So we do not compete with our partners, DSP partners or SSP partners selling the inventory. We only concentrate on the data.
Okay, good. Can you tell us a little bit about user privacy, as Germany is well known for a strong law according to privacy? How is your landscape in the market, and what can you do, what you cannot do, for instance, in Germany and so in Europe?
Yeah, so data privacy is a very important thing, especially here in Germany. And Germany differs a lot compared to other companies, other countries, for example, US. So in the US, for example, IP address is not considered PII information. In Germany, that is. So data privacy laws in Germany are really, really strict. This is why we have concentrated on data privacy from the beginning on, and very important topic for us. So, for example, we do not save any lat longs based on a user profile, but we save the current local context of a user and on a device identifier. This is different to our competitors in the US. They save lat longs on a user profile, which is not allowed here in Germany. So we're totally not allowed to build movement profiles, which you can do if you actually save lat longs on a user profile. And this is something that adsquare does not do. And we think that this gives us, in the long term, a competitive advantage compared to other companies as well, because I think any advertiser, large brand advertiser, care about this topic as well. Okay, very interesting.
A question about audience qualification. Did you run some tests? Let's say A, you try to qualify an audience without location, and B, you include location data in order to see if your audience qualification gets better.
Yes, well, we personally did some tests in regards of what impact our data actually has if you run a campaign on the one hand with data and on the other without data. So we have case studies with Vodafone where we did exactly that. We took an audience, or actually 3 different audiences: business travelers, sports enthusiasts, and students. And on an average, we could improve the CTR of the campaign of more than 50%. So very impressive numbers. On the other hand, there are also SSPs that deliver us interesting insights on how location data can actually improve the eCPM of their inventory. Smarto has published some interesting numbers. Pubmatic, they have published interesting numbers as well. And on an average, they say that if you have a user ID and location data enabled, and if you pass that on as a publisher, you can increase eCPM of more than 250%.
Impressive number. I've seen that. Yeah. Good. Do you have yet some client in France?
We don't have clients in France yet, but our data is available for the French market now for 2 weeks already. So we just finished with our product and the data corporations for the French market. And the next step for us will be that we also talk to clients in France. And as you know, our business is mainly talking to the trading desk of the large agencies. We're very close business relationships with these companies in Germany and UK already, and we will use these relationships, of course, in France as well. And open an office, by the way, early next year in France. And entering the market in France.
Good news.
Yeah.
So, a part of opening an office in France, what are your projects for 2015?
So basically, we will concentrate. So we just got a funding round that you might heard of.
Yeah.
So a couple of weeks we disclosed our Series A finance round with target partners, and we collected 3.5 million euro. Mainly to improve our product on the one hand, to improve the portfolio, the data sources, the quality of our predictions on the one hand, and on the other to internationalize. Early next year we will be in UK and France, and for the first half of 2015 we will continue to grow in Western Europe, and second half of 2015 we will have to make a decision on whether we go to the US or to APAC.
Okay, great. Good planning. You're going to be busy, right?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much for your time, Tom, and speak later. And we hope adsquare will definitely help the mobile ecosystem to better monetize and better targeting. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you as well. Take care.